New video. Now you got my new hoodie. Pretty cool. Had a good day until the end. It's just got a bit weird. I started thinking about someone who, when I was in the truth, I spoke to and tried to get them to believe, and I did fairly well in trying to dupe him. And in my head I thought, that was a shame. How weird is that? Like, I was thinking as if I was my previous self. Jack, can you shut the door for me, please, mate? That door.
You've been touching stuff.
Thanks, dude. So yeah, I was thinking like my previous self, and it was a shame I hadn't got someone into the what they called the truth of the team. Now I'm saying that as from my perspective, whatever. And yeah, very strange. And even though I would never want to be back in that religion, you know, there's in your head you think, when you think about it, you miss people, and you know, it's like, you know, when you get into something and it's a phase, like a fad. You get into something, you do it for 5 minutes, you buy all this stuff, you buy all the equipment, and then you maybe haven't got the time, or you get bored of it and you just give up on it, and that's it, and then you lose interest. Well, you know, that's how I felt in the shower. Like, I've left and it's a fad, and I feel like going back as like a comfort type thing, just to make life easy. And I don't want it again. When I was walking back from taking the kids to play football today on the field, just walking down the street, I thought to myself, I feel so comfortable in myself about who I am, what I do, what I want to look like, and I just don't give a fuck about anything anymore, like other people, what they think, because I'm not now constantly thinking that I'm against everyone, that I'm not part of this system. I'm just like, you feel like I'm not part of this, and everyone hates me because they know I'm a witness and stuff. Well, now you're out, and now I'm out, and it's like, it's weird to feel so free in that way. Very strange feeling. Anyway, yesterday, the singer Aled Jones, I think you probably all know this, but I think he's the singer. I think he's the singer who did The Snowman, I'm Flying in the Air, and all that business. But anyway, he's a singer, and he's released an album, and it's got different songs from different, you know, churches, religions, whatever. And one of the songs is Listen, Obey, and Be Blessed. I listen, obey, and be blessed by, which is in the Kingdom songbook. And apparently the word Jehovah's name's not in it. They didn't put the name Jehovah, not Jehovah's name, as if he's a fucking... Oh, come on, man. So, like, they've replaced the name Jehovah with Christ, and it apparently changed the meaning of it in a way. But it is interesting. I do hope that I do and I don't. I hope that they're not the governing body are getting they aren't getting royalties, because if they are, then it's giving them money, and I don't want them to get money. But at the same time, it's good in the way that it's something to tell Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, you think you're not part of the world, but your songs are on a Christmas album and you're selling out, you're just making money basically. It is a business, it is an organisation after all. But I mean, it could be that someone who's not part of the organisation wrote the song. The society bought them off it, and then Alan Jones does as well. But I don't know. One thing that does piss me off is someone put a comment on YouTube. I mean, if you find it, it's on there, and I've put loads of comments. And other people have put fantastic comments, all similar, stating what they'll do with the money if they are getting royalties, being the filthy scumbags that they are. And yeah, so I thought it was quite interesting. It was good. Oh, that was it. One of the comments on there from a JW said, oh, we are how wonderful. Who knows what will come of this? Because obviously people will hear the song, and it's just like, and I put a comment there saying, yeah, great. Well, I put a sarcastic comment, yay, more. Let's bring more families into a organisation that harbours paedophiles, and and I put something else on there, but they're just so annoying. With Jehovah's Witnesses, it's strange to think that at one point all of us ex-JWs, well, maybe not all of us, but were at one point against apostates, wouldn't look at the apostates things, which I did at first. When I first started studying, I looked at things like the Illuminati and all that, and Freemasonry and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, and all these other things. And I had apostates message me, because obviously I was going on YouTube and stuff saying that I was studying and whatever, and I had apostates messaging me, and what they'd said to me just didn't make sense. I remember, I tell you what it was. Someone messaged me saying they teach that Jesus isn't your mediator. That's not right. And I'm like, well, I've just done that in the Bible teacher book that Jesus is our mediator. But that's a bit more in depth than I believe. I believe it's more in depth than I thought. So I saw a comment on it the other day, and it was quite in depth, and I never really thought about it like that. It's quite interesting. But how we all were once in a JW, brainwashed, and a little minion, and now we're all free. And it's like, can't stand these people who are JWs, but at the end of the day, they're basically a past version of ourselves. Some of them. It's very difficult. It's a very strange cycle. But ultimately, I think, someone commented on one of my videos saying you're bound to come out anyway, because you're decent and whatever. And I think that's, to an extent, that is quite true. I mean, I was never fully a slave. I did have my own thoughts and things, and I stuck with it because I just thought it was right. I believed it to be true through facts, and the organisation's actions. And now I know otherwise, and obviously I experienced too much and just decided that, well, the facts aren't the facts anymore, and this is not right. It's not like it's an apostate telling me, they do this, they do that. I'm experiencing this, so I know for a fact it's so corrupt. And another thing that winds me up is when Jehovah's Witnesses say, not all Jehovah's Witnesses are bad, paedophiles do go to prison and they wouldn't allow them around children. It's like, I'm from the UK and there's congregations around me, and there are paedophiles in their congregations, and the elders don't tell you that there's a paedophile there. They'll let them on Zoom meetings while the kids are on there. They do not watch them. Some of them, they don't have things in place, and some do and some don't. And this is the problem. Obviously, you've got the 2 witness rule, which is set in place. You can argue all you like about the Shepherd's Book. It says that if a child comes to you and says about they've been abused, then you go to the society first. No, you don't. You ring the police straight away. You talk. Well, I'd be like, then if someone told me that, I'd be like, get to the mum and dad, tell them what's going on. Say, you need to ring the police now. We need to do it now, and I'll ring them do you want me to ring them? I'll ring them now. Bang, get on the phone, get them done, locked up, and that's it. But they don't do that. They cover it up because for the sake of Jehovah's name and all that lot. So that's not good. There was a few things I was going to mention on here. I've been making on my lathe, for you, those who are interested, I've been made on my lathe today. I made 2 cotton spools, and I made another one of these like type things, but instead of just putting lines, I actually shaped it different. I'm getting used to putting different shapes on the lathe, which has kept my mind busy all day. And then I'm in the shower and I'm just thinking about all the old days, and I don't know, my mind just started slipping and thinking as a Jehovah's Witness, and I just found myself thinking, what the fuck are you thinking, boy? It's mental. And I get comments talking about these things, saying, you know, it's just a process, we all been through it and things like that, but it would be good if there was like a chart, because I like to picture things. With all my scales on my guitar and things, I picture them. I don't actually know them. You know, I know them because of the picture. So I know the scale, the major scale, the whole neck, and other scales. But I just sort of see a pattern in my head, and I visualize it, and that's how I best learn, is by visualizing things. And it'd be nice to have a chart for ex-JWs who think the same, of the things you go through, you know. Because it's difficult. You think, when you're going to get over this, I mean, I'm already thinking about it, crying and thinking about the past and stuff, and it's just weird. I think the date, yeah, it'll be this Wednesday. I think I've got a phone call with the people who are the mental health thing, whatever. They're going to be phoning me and talking to me, and yeah, and anyone on Facebook, if you want to, I'll just put this out there. Maxine Petch, I think it is on Facebook, and is raising money for a national suicide prevention charity thing, which I thought was quite good. So if you'd like to, just let me make you aware that that's on there. Just go on to her Facebook page, Maxine Petch, and if you'd like to donate money, you know, even if it's a quid or whatever, you know, it all adds up. It's quite good. As I found out with Marie doing her charity things, it's every penny counts. And you know what? It's nice to be able to give to charities, because when you're a Jehovah's Witness, you're encouraged not to really give to charities, but because because the charities don't really help people long term, but Jehovah's organisation does, and it's just so horrible. What a horrible thing to say. How messed up is that? That's messed up, isn't it? To think that organisation stops people from giving money to charities, but gives money to them so they can pay for their court fees. It's weird. It's mind blowing how we're brainwashed, and how people can't see, JWs. They can't see that the basic fact that you cut someone off entirely just because they don't believe what you believe. It's mad. It's absolute madness. That is not love. That's so far from the teachings of Christ in the Bible. It is ridiculous. And shunning, I mean, to find it in the Bible, to shun in the Bible, really? I'd like to see that one. I mean, I know there's the one they use, but they got that wrong, didn't they? I can't remember whose video it was that I watched explaining that and why that was wrong, but it was very good. Not even saying a greeting, but it was the Christian greeting, not the yeah, I'm sure you don't know. You've all read it. It's been not for real and seen it before. Yeah, Marie's had a sore throat, and she's got over it. So a bit of a sore throat, and that it's gone. And now I've got a sore throat, which I get rid of very quickly with cider vinegar, honey, ginger, lemon, and if you have, when your mucus is like, I know this is going to be very nice to talk about, when your mucus is like sticky, if you wake up in the night and you're like, these are awesome. These Simpkins Nippets. They're just little tiny bits of licorice. Whether you like it or not, well, that's up to you. But they come out in these little bits, and you can even break a bit off each or crush them up and eat half or just a little bit, and the slightest bit clears it all. It is amazing. It's amazing. So I always keep, and you get loads that last for ages. Proper, it's pure licorice pellets. Chemist Confectionery Works, Sheffield. It's ingredients: pure licorice extract, contains licorice. Really? People suffering from hypertension should avoid excessive consumption. I mean, it's some powerful ass stuff. See that? Clarifies the voice and clears the throat. And it really does. It thins all your mucus out. It's amazing. I mean, this is just like, I won't be without this stuff. I've got about 3 tins of the stuff, and they last a long time. The date, I don't know what the date is on them, but if they're out of date, I'd eat them anyway. So yeah, that's my video for today. Thanks to Matey suggesting that me and Marie go off and have time on our own apart from the kids. It's a good idea, but yeah, like we say, you can't have babysitters, can't trust anyone these days. It's difficult, but who knows? The way my mind works is that I've had my kids, I'm bringing them up, and when the youngest is now 8, so in 6 years goes like no one's business these days. When that's gone, then we can go out and stuff. Although actually, I mean, they could be earlier than like 15, 16, really, if they're responsible. I can leave them on their own, but obviously we can't, at their ages they are now, you can't do that. So yeah, there we go. I think me and Marie have our own ways of getting away from the kids. Marie's awake late in the evenings. That's time off the kids, I suppose. I get up early in the mornings sometimes, and it's just nice to see downstairs without the kids being awake. So we do have these little short breaks, and sometimes, because the kids do as they're told, if I've had enough, I'll say, right, you lot, get to your bedrooms, stay in your rooms, you've got your computers, your TV, your tablets, go to your room and stay there for an hour, and that's it. And they'll do that, they'll stay up there, and that can be quite peaceful. But otherwise, we're quite happy. We're quite a busy house. Something's always going on. Kids everywhere. A cat roaming around is coming after you, rubbing himself up against you, and a hamster ball knocking you down. It's all good. It's all go. Always busy. I wanted to say more about the JW thoughts I'm having and stuff, but I've forgotten most of it. Yeah. I hope everyone's good. As per. I'm going to try and cheer up and unwind. So, see you later. Have a good day. Or good evening.